So good morning, Frank.
Good afternoon, Jill.
I knew it as soon as I said it. That's a perfect introduction, though. I'm thinking that most people that are seeing this video, though maybe not all, may know me because I've been doing the basic programs here in the United States. Although I
Yeah.
know you were here for the USA tour with Corolla several years ago. And so would you tell a little bit about yourself for people that don't know you?
Sure, my pleasure. So, my name is Frank Wesseler. I live in Cologne, Germany. I joined bikablo 3 years ago now. My background is more in Lean and Six Sigma consulting, process improvement, but let's just say visual facilitation, visualization has become a hobby and my job. So I've been running a couple of different trainings, and because I enjoy working internationally, Carol and I did the US tour in 2017,
Yeah, I
I
think.
believe. And we had a great time. And because I'm coming back now for the IFEP conference where I am a board member, we thought it would be a great idea to run some trainings.
Absolutely. And so I've been promoting, of course, the basic, and that's how people are probably coming to this video. Some people may even have done the advanced and be interested in storytelling, which is taking, I think, all of us here in the US in a new and more advanced direction. So would you tell us a bit about the course, please?
Yes. So the storytelling, from my point of view, is a training that is, especially here in Germany, is the next step after the 2-day basics training. Because the basics training is more, let's say, laying the foundation, getting used to the marker, the shading, and everything. And we'd say that the storytelling is a little bit more advanced because we'll work with the bikablo emotions figures, which are a lot more dynamic. We'll work with effect lines because this is more important when you tell the story, so it's a lot more lively.
Mhm.
At the same time, we will work with drawing faces because when you establish a protagonist, like every story needs a hero, and when you establish that hero or heroine, then you may add a face to that story. So we'll work on that a little bit, and then overall, we'll work with the hero's journey, or the concepts of the hero's journey, what's important when you start telling a story,
Mhm.
and then different layouts for, I don't know, let's just say from a 2 to a 5 story, from a 2 to a 5 frame story. And of course, there's, as in every bikablo training, lots of practice, lots of interaction, so it won't be, it will be very active.
Absolutely. Well, gosh, Frank, you've just answered so many of the other questions that I had for you, like how we're going to spend our time and how it's different from the basic course. And that's terrific to know. And I think actually I had a little taste of this when Martin spoke at the IFEP conference in New York in 2013, because I remember being in his session and talking about the hero's journey and creating panels. So I am completely excited to do this because this will be my first time taking the course too.
Yeah, so coming back to what you said in terms of how we're going to spend our time, sorry for cutting you off. It's let's just say you definitely need the basics because we do a little bit of repetition, but we're trying not to spend that much time on it because that's more of a given to say you need the basics to then be able to jump into the storytelling course.
Right. And so that's the perfect segue to my last question, actually, which is what skills do people need to brush up on before coming? Because I know, continuous practice is something we all aspire to. Sometimes we don't get to it, but people will be spending, quite frankly, time and resources to be there. So I know they want to be prepared. So do you have any tips for us?
In general, we emphasize that in our basics courses is like just be able to draw a really strong line, just focus on that in terms of, know how to handle the marker.
Right.
Shading is always a good thing. We will brush up on containers and overlapping and all these types of things. I think just repeating stuff that you may have learned previously, of course, also maybe, looking back on color combinations, just because we won't be spending any time on that. So, and the story definitely needs to have good colors as well.
Right.
So we won't be spending a lot of time on this. But you know us, so or you know me, and you know the trainers know that what the training is like. I mean, of course, you know, we'll be there to answer questions as well, and you know, we'll try to be helpful so that everybody will get the most out of training.
Of course, absolutely. And I'm so glad you mentioned those things because I'm about to put together an e-zine and I'll sort of highlight some of those things and maybe jog people's memories and encourage them to practice. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to share with people what this is all about. I know I'm excited. We already have some folks signing up. So I think it's going to be an awesome experience. And New York in July, it'll be hot and it'll be fun. It's going to be
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm very much looking forward to it, and also very much looking forward to meeting, you know, the people that maybe joined my class in 2017, just because it's great to see how people have evolved and just to see them again,
Mhm.
because there is another story to tell about what happened to Corolla and me. But that's the cliffhanger here, so you'll have to join the course. So
Ah,
I'll tell you that.
that's a perfect way to end. Thanks so much.
All right, Jill, my pleasure. Looking forward to see you soon.
Terrific.